Hello there, everyone. I know I already did a Christmas special, but I just got this idea yesterday or like last night and was very excited to actually make it into a thing because there's this story that I've been plotting that is called Holigays. Yes, you heard me right, Holigays. And what better time to tell you about Merry Mistletoe than when it's Christmas, you know? So I really wanted to make this video and have a speed paint of her in the background just while I tell you her story. And I know it's going to sound kind of weird when you don't really know all that much about the Holigays universe, but even I don't really know exactly how it works, so I will give you an update on that. This is just the first video in the Holigays series that I plan on making a series for quite a long time, because I'm gonna make a video on each character, a little bit on the lore. So if you're here just to watch me rumble about nothing for a few minutes, then click off of this video right now. Just kidding, sure, I'm just gonna basically talk about nothing because I just really wanted to share this story on the internet and actually talk about my story somewhere, because I really don't ever get to do that unless I'm maybe texting my friend or something. You know who you are. But anyway, so I wanted to start by giving you a little info on Merry Mistletoe. So I chose the name Merry not only because you say, Merry Christmas, but also because Mary is Jesus' mom. So that's really what I wanted to come across as, but yeah. So Mary is a young holiday who enjoys spending time with her friends. She is extroverted and spends her free time making friends and drinking hot chocolate. She was born into a wealthy family. Her father was always busy, and her mother divorced her father when Mary was still young. Mary loves being outside in the snow. When she was young, she used to play in the snow with her maid, whose name was Medea. Medea was more of a mother to her than her actual mother, or her stepmother, could ever be. Her father remarried soon after her mother divorced him. His new wife was named January. January was cold and cruel, and Mary hated her. Whenever Mary got lonely at night, she took her teddy bear, Rudolph, for a walk to get fresh air in the snow. One night, her father told her that she'd stop being homeschooled and go to a school called Holiday Academy. She still goes there today and is happier than ever before. This is just a brief summary of a little bit about her personality and her story. So, excuse that was my brother texting me. Yeah, like I said, that was just a very brief summary of her story. So I kind of want to talk about, just like give you a little intro into how the Holigays universe works. And as the name probably suggests, is that these are personifications of the holidays and they're gay. So I think that's a pretty good word, saying holidays. I'm highly amused by it. I don't know about you, but... And I'm really excited to really share the story and the lore. So first of all, Mary is still in the closet because she doesn't really know how to come out to her friends, because she's very scared of her reputation being ruined or whatever. And she really just wants nobody to know that she's also attracted to females. And I say also because she's also attracted to males, but she's really known and very popular in the school, as you can imagine, because, like, come on, she's Christmas. Christmas is the most popular holiday in the world, probably. So, yeah, and she's very fragile emotionally, and she's been through kind of a lot, as you can tell by the backstory. And I also just wanted her to be like this kind of lovable character that, like, kind of childhood friend vibes, even though she is not really a childhood friend to anyone because she didn't really have any friends in her childhood. But you know what I'm talking about, that anime character, but less annoying. So she is also, like, very sweet and very caring, and she loves just spreading joy. But also she's kind of an attention, she really seeks attention. Because, like, come on, Christmas, you cannot go outside without hearing, like, Christmas songs and Christmas lights everywhere, and it's, like, very in your face, which is kind of sad for people who don't really celebrate Christmas. And I get why some people think Christmas is annoying, but I just really enjoy Christmas. I wouldn't say I really enjoy Christmas. I think it's my favorite holiday of the year, but it's not like a super big deal for me. And I do get really stressed on Christmas, because, like, who doesn't? And I also just wanted to give that point across, get that point across. Also, she's like, everyone wants to be her, kind of, because she's like this rich kid and all that stuff, but really her life is kind of not good because of her dad is very distant and she doesn't really have a mom. And I hope you see what I did there with her stepmom being January, because, like, who doesn't hate the fact that January right after Christmas is just, like, the most depressing thing in the world. So I thought giving her, like, a mean stepmother named January would be kind of smart. But then again, I'm not really smart, so... and again, I want to give you some insight into how the Holigays universe works. So I'm just gonna kind of do that now. Okay, so you remember how I said that Mary is a young holiday? Because in the grand scheme of things, she is a very young holiday. Like, Christmas didn't get celebrated, like, until pretty late. Even though, like, Jesus was born 2020 years ago. That's how the story goes, but it didn't get celebrated until a lot later. So I think that was pretty good. And also, so many holidays that were celebrated by, let's just say, like, Native Americans and all these other cultures that are, like, a million times older than let's say, Christmas, for example. And if, in case you're wondering, yes, I also have characters for Hanukkah, for example. I do have characters that are, like, a winter celebration in different beliefs and different cultures. So I'm not just trying to celebrate Christmas by making, like, just a Christmas character. No. But also, at the same time, I'm like, I don't really know all that much about Hanukkah and all that, even though I did learn about it in school at some point. I just forget literally everything I learned in school. But we also one thing that I really like about this what I'm doing here is that I also have characters for Icelandic celebrations. So I have these triplets. I'm not going to talk about them at length, but there's an older sister whose name is Holly, and she's Halloween. And she has these younger triplet brothers. You probably know where I'm going with this if you're Icelandic, but I'm going with the oldest brother, whose name is Baldur, who's inspired by Bolludagur, and also Sindridagur, who's inspired by Sprengidagur, and Össurdagur, who's inspired by Öskudagur. Now, the reason I made them triplets is because they are celebrated like 3 days in a row. So we have Bolludagur, Sprengidagur, Öskudagur. They're all kind of in this one time frame. And the reason I made Halloween their older sister is because Öskudagur has been really influenced by Halloween. And I'd like to make it so that Össur was really inspired by like his older sister because like they're their siblings, and that's what older siblings do and all that. I'm not going to talk about that much, but I'm really excited to make a video about that. But back to Holly. There are so many like little details about her character and what she looks like. So I'm just gonna talk about what she looks like for a minute. As you can see, I made her dark-skinned because I thought it would look really good with the colors, and also I don't really want to whitewash Christmas like every Hallmark movie ever, because there are a lot of Black Christian people out there. So I just wanted to do that. And I also gave her like this Santa Claus hat. And that's just kind of a thing, that's just her style, is like very Christmassy, and that's the reason why Christmas is the way it is, because her favorite colors are green and red. Also, I just wanted to point out that, yeah, she is attracted to some of the other characters that are also inspired by holidays. I just realized I hadn't really talked about the lore of the Holigays universe because I don't really know exactly how that works. But like I said, yeah, she's a very young holiday. And there are some of like older ones, like for example, I have the old, what's it called again? I forgot because I'm an idiot, but it's this old Nordic holiday, it's like called Vetrablót or something. I'm not completely sure because I'm very forgetful. But yeah, that like he is a lot older than Christmas because like it's a lot older than Christmas. I'd like to think. I mean, I'm not completely sure, but like it's a Viking thing. And no, I'm not talking about like Mary was not born on the time where Jesus was born, because Christmas is so much more than just like celebrating the birth of Jesus. So when Christmas started getting celebrated, that's when she was born, or rather, that's when she was created. Because these characters do get created. And the teachers in the schools are older holidays that are trying to teach the younger ones how exactly to find their own traditions and find their own thing and make it like not like the other ones and all that. That's why Össur isn't really a good student, because he used to be like have his own little things that were just like his, but now he's like starting to lean a lot more towards being like Holly, because he wants to impress her sister, her. I mean, he wants to impress his sister, which is very understandable. But that's why he gets kind of bad grades. And I also like the thought of him being like this prankster, and I'll get into that in his own video. But essentially, this is like Holiday Academy. I know it isn't like really a new thing, making characters out of a thing and making them all go to school together. That's far from original, but I think that with holidays, I won't just make like the Christian holidays, like for example Easter and Christmas, and I'm gonna do so much more than that. I even gonna make 17 juni, who's basically a child because we didn't start celebrating that until like pretty recently, when Iceland became its own country and wasn't controlled by the Danish king. So yeah, that's the Independence Day, that's what I'm trying to say. So there are a lot of Independence Days in the world, but I'm going to make the French one into a character and the Icelandic one, and of course the American Independence Day, because like how couldn't I? Because like the style of the American Independence Day is kind of like iconic, and it's very hard to get wrong. But Independence Day, as you can imagine, is very annoying and very loud. Kind of a stereotypical American, but kind of not really at the same time, because he has a lot more depth to his character. But like I said, a lot of these characters are LGBTQ, even though some of them aren't, because I kind of want to put that like little bit of realism into it, because but at the same time it's like my universe and I can do whatever I want with it. But so yeah, I don't really know how the holidays are created. I'm still working on that. But I know that they are created when they're started to get celebrated. And I know that Christmas is like, or Mary, I mean, is like the super popular girl, because like come on. And that Holly has like a huge crush on her and all that. It's just kind of a big thing. And yes, I do have Thanksgiving. I don't want to just celebrate all these white cultured, I mean, I guess saying white culture is kind of weird, but you know what I mean, the American ones, that's what I'm talking about. So because come on, this is an entire school, and there are endless of holidays I can work on. It's like, oh, you can't really make all that much because, like, come on, it's just Easter and all that stuff. You know, there aren't very many holidays of the year. Yeah, maybe not in your culture. So, yeah, there are a lot of different classes in Holiday Academy. I will get kind of into that, more into that later, but I just really wanted to introduce this story, even though it's far from complete. But I love Mary. She's very dear to me. Even though I've basically known her for a couple of days now. I haven't really. The first character I made were Holly and Thalia, who's Thanksgiving. Those are kind of the only characters that I made when I was thinking of this story, but then I made Mary, and I love her so much. Anyway, so that's basically all I'm going to talk about today. I know I didn't go super in depth of Mary's character, but I'll do that more as I'm reading the story to you, which, yes, I will do that. But I'm pretty sure you have a pretty good idea of what Mary is like. So I'm just gonna thank you for watching and listening to me ramble about a story that I'm trying to make. And thank you for like acknowledging that this is far from complete, and that's why I'm like stuttering so much, because I don't really have a script. I'm just kind of talking about my ideas for this story, and it's going to go a lot deeper as we go on. So this was kind of more of an introduction into the Holigays franchise that I really want to make into a thing. So yeah, that's basically all I'm going to say. I don't really know how long this speed paint will be because I'm going to speed it up so much because I had an hour of footage just coloring Holly. No, I mean Mary. Just coloring Mary. So that's great. So yeah, I'm just gonna go now, I guess, and edit the hell out of this video, and probably it'll be up like December 26th, or maybe it'll be out tomorrow. Who knows? But I'll see you later. Bye.